Coming to you from our opulent and luxurious 4x8 refurbished room closet at the national headquarters in Indianapolis. With duct tape, studio lights, and a mic that you barely can hear, we hope to entertain and educate you. This is the Tango Alpha Lima podcast.
They call me crazy cause I'm facing all my giants. They try to scare me into thinking I can fight it. They tell me I should never even think of trying. But that's just me, I'm gonna live out in defiance.
Hello, and welcome back to the Tango Alpha Lima podcast. Today is our 100th episode. We made it 100 episodes. It's also my penultimate episode. Yay! And for everyone watching at home, you get to see super producer Holly today. Yay! Is everyone muted or are you just not?
We're not making noise. We're just
we're just in
your
background.
fake enthusiasm with no sound was really unnerving me.
well, we got to do some. We can't shock you anymore after 100 episodes.
No, it's time is limited to shock me some more.
Did we say shock? Ooh, that's foreshadowing.
That's foreshadowing.
It is.
So, super producer Holly, wonderful to see you. It's good that you cleaned up your office specifically for us. It's very nice.
Sort of.
Yeah. All right, Jeff, you are taking charge of this one here.
This topic one here. So this is the 100th episode. When you do 100 episodes, things happen. People say things. We go places. And we have selected some moments for you. I think our judge advocate has the first one.
Oh, do I get to go with the first one?
Oh no, I'm sorry. That's Ashley's.
No. Oh no,
That's
me.
Anything making fun of me.
Okay, so the first one that we have lined up is when the Jeff Daly was literally like recording in his bedroom. It was just like one of our first like initial like pre-pilot episodes, and then like the first episode he was definitely like in his bedroom, like like looking like a college dorm kind of style.
He had
okay.
He had like a t-shirt on that was all FUBAR, and we definitely came from ghetto fabulous to get where we are today. No doubt about it.
Let's see that clip.
I am sitting here on my bed. It's comfortable and focused, and I feel a little bit naughty. So we're going to try to keep it PG level here today.
My absolute favorite, number one, and it's not even close. And I don't remember the topic or anything else, but it was when Ashley's earphone jacks blew up in her ear and she tried to fan it in the middle of listening to somebody talk about something. All-time favorite moment.
Oh, it was shocking.
It was shocking. But
it was painful. You're lucky I was able to keep my cool. I am a trained professional.
Kept your cool. The only two people keeping their cool was Jeff and me.
We're going to have to review the clip because I thought I was pretty composed.
Then let's go to the videotape.
While everything around that church was essentially gone, we came around and we looked at the church and saw that, like I said, it was just a couple of broken windows, but lots and lots and lots of debris and so forth. So the admiral looked at me and said, "Master Chief, I want you to get some people to clean this churchyard up."
Really? That's what we're calling keeping your cool?
That is totally cool. You're so dramatic. I cannot.
Dude, it was just so great. It was such a heavy moment. And then
it was really heavy, and I kept my stuff together like a champ.
Holly, do you remember that one?
I do. I couldn't figure out what was happening. I thought she was stroking out. I didn't know what was going on.
It really was.
You heard it here first, folks. Holly thought it was stroking out.
It was not good.
I'm glad she didn't think CB and I were stroking out.
No.
Hello.
You guys
All right.
are horrible.
So one of my favorite moments, because Mr. CV sniffs everything out, like it's hard to get stuff by him. But when I went to Boys Nation, and he knew I was going to Boys Nation, that's why I was shocked. But I went a day early and I stayed with AMGM and her husband in DC. And we recorded an episode, but because I do the whoopee, you never know where I'm at. It's super stealthy. So I was in Ashley's basement, and then this happened. Look at that. It's disgusting. It's gross. It's stinking up my whole entire place. And bleh. Ohio, what is it?
Why do you have a Cleveland, Ohio shirt in your house?
I don't know, but it's gross.
You know what, Jeff? That's it. You know what? I can't right now.
Wow, this will be a very quick show today.
She'll be back. She does this. She gets a little worked up. But other than that, Hollywood's great.
You guys are back in lockdown, are you not?
We're doing the mask thing and everything indoors. And, it's just weird. It's like, ugh, like, I don't know. It's just horrible mask thing. It's just because wait. What the hell is going on?
Oh, look at this. What is going on? Where are you guys?
Hi, bud.
We're at Ashley's. I'm here for Boys Nation.
Wow.
Had to fly in yesterday. We thought we would get a good reaction out of you.
Yeah, you got me. I had literally no idea you were out there. I guess it never really occurred to me.
You guys did legit get me on that one because I should have known. And I think I even did know, but it didn't register. And when she just appeared over your shoulder, I was like, what the hell is going on here?
Earlier, when we were recording an earlier episode, Ashley about spilled the beans because she kind of made reference to like, well, when you come out here, and we were all like,
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, I definitely almost did that.
But it all came together, and it's the one time we got CV.
You did get me.
So then I guess I'm doing 2 in a row. The another one, this one isn't funny, but it was impactful, and it kind of put us in a position. We lead conversations sometime in the American Legion where they don't really, it's not a natural fit for anybody else to lead that conversation. So we took on that role in a 2-parter about race and policing, and we'll see one short clip from that here.
The things that people are complaining about in policing are things that my parents were complaining about in policing. The way that they were being treated when nobody was looking. When the lights weren't on, this is how people got treated. The same thing happens in the military. Now, I'm a Coast Guard veteran. And if you think that there was not, if anyone thinks, not you in particular, but if anyone thinks that there was not racism in the military, or that people mistreated people without consequences in the military, that's just not true. I mean, what we're seeing now is, for instance, in a case of sexual assault, how many women for how long were victimized and had no place to go?
I still maintain that I am the founder and member number 1 of the Autry James fan club, and I will maintain that always. Autry is.
I think we're all fans of
man.
Autry.
I mean, Autry. How do you not love Autry? He's the greatest, right?
Awesome.
I mean, he's the man.
I'm not just saying that because he could fire me from my job. So
yeah, I mean, can he? I guess he can.
I'm appointed.
You have a white hat now, so
yeah. And that's it's appointed, not elected. So he could get rid of me.
Is it ratified by your? I'm not going to go down the bylaws route. Ollie, what have been your favorite moments?
Well, my favorite moments are when we actually got together in person. We've had the opportunity on 2 occasions now to be together for a few days, all in one place, live and in person. First of all was at National Convention. And we had a lot of fun there at the booth. We met a lot of folks who have been listening to us, have been super fans. And then we had the opportunity to make some new fans, I think, because we've had a little bump in our listenership, I think, after convention. So, and then you guys got to interview the VA secretary. And then just recently, just a couple weeks ago, we all met up again in New York City and got to spend some time walking up Fifth Avenue in the Veterans Day Parade. So
And
Those are both super cool.
I hate to
Oh, yeah.
reinforce the image that I have a thing for Ashley's husband, but I think my favorite moment of that was when we walked into the German pub and your husband asked for the most comically oversized mug they had, and it was a liter, and it had like, and it was well played on his part.
I actually think the better part, and we do have we have not a clip of it, but we have a photo of
We do.
the bromance moment.
Oh,
Oh,
that picture.
it was so wonderful.
Yeah,
We're gonna show
hubby liked it yesterday, and I was under the influence of like NyQuil, and I had a cold, and I was like, why is this picture showing up again? So I don't know if he just like likes it and then unlikes it 2 weeks later, so it'll show up again. But yeah, it's always.
We've discussed getting it framed for you.
I think there's a Sasquatch behind you, Holly.
We did. We just had a sighting.
Ooh, and that's the big wig behind the podcast.
Welcome
That
to the
is.
You are on the podcast right now,
on
Jeff.
the
Wait.
podcast right now.
Hi.
Join
he's-
us, director of our division. Jeff,
Wait, we now have a former guest of the podcast
former guest of the podcast.
making a cameo
Yes.
on the podcast.
And I did say before that having Jeff on there was one of my favorite moments because nobody loves the Legion like Jeff.
One
loves
of
the
your
Legion.
favorite moments, your favorite
All-time favorite
number
moments.
one.
Yeah.
I have it documented.
I mean, it was like the birth of my children, having Jeff on the podcast right there. All-time great moments. Actually,
All right, Steve,
yeah.
Stevie, you have another great to take us back to the funny.
I will. The one where the Navy officer in Korea or whatever was housed with the hatchet wielding perverts that were the enlisted men was an all-time great episode. Like that one could have gone for a couple hours.
Oh yeah, I don't even know how Jarek's gonna choose the right clip, but let's see what he found.
This guy experienced, I don't know, maybe he's got a disposition. Who knows, right? Like,
Ashley?
okay, fine.
Here's the
Yeah.
incident. I'm going to break it down for you. Somebody drank Four Loko and said, I got Jersey Shores all up in my drawers.
Yeah.
And that's the incident that happened.
Right.
That's the sole incident? Okay,
But I mean-
all right.
Who like I'm trying to wrap my head around an officer sees this mayhem going on and his first thing is I've got to tweet this.
And you know what, Stevie, this started a little trend of us making fun of stupid things that officers do.
Yeah.
Remember,
Really
like
did.
that, like the strip club. Remember that?
Oh yeah, that was the 101st trip to Poland where they lost their executive officer for 3 days. Yeah, that one was great.
That's wild.
I was a big fan of that
Be
one.
gone.
And
Where'd
then
he go? Be gone.
and then the Air Force doctors talking about the male reproductive organ. Also classic.
or,
Classic.
or as I called it, the fuselage. Remember
The
that?
fuselage. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah.
I
You
wish
just
we had
got
more.
Derek put in the
I wish we had
the
more time.
SpaceX rocket right now. And I gotta say that I didn't know it was the number one, but apparently our most views on YouTube was my buddy Robert Douglas.
We lost a primary target on United Flight 93. I don't see him anymore. I mean, the data block is in free flow, meaning that the primary target was gone. And then a little bit after that, we got a report from a pilot saying that there was a puff of smoke emanating from the countryside. And Stacy asked him, taking his own safety into consideration, would he circle around and tell us what he saw? And he said that he saw a large debris field of what looked to be a really large airplane, and it created a really big gorge, and that he could see fire from on the treetops and a large debris field.
That was probably my favorite, just because I know the guy so well, and I really, of the 9/11 ones, that one, well, I don't know, Jessica Lynch was pretty wild, but
I cried a good portion of that interview. No shame. That hit deep. That was unreal.
The
Like
thing
18
is-
years later, I'm literally like interviewing this.
Yeah,
woman
no,
with
that one
Dasbot.
was-
Oh wait, we're jumping all over the place. Are we talking about Robert or Robert
Well,
Douglas?
yeah, I mean, I don't know how many more clips we'll put in, but I think both the Jessica Lynch and the Robert Douglas one were amazing. I mean, I thought all the 9/11 ones were really good, but Jessica Lynch, that was she was legit awesome. Like, she was legit such a sweetheart. That was a good one.
She was great, and she was the one where I think we all said when we saw the run of show, oh, there's somebody else named Jessica Lynch.
Yeah, I didn't think there was any way we got the actual Jessica Lynch. I was like, wow. No, it was
not
awesome.
I was not mentally and emotionally prepared for that. I was like, wait a minute.
But let's just
the same person?
for fun, let's at least get a quote from her in a clip.
Yeah.
I clear as day remember I remember this one guy coming up and standing beside me, and he ripped the American flag off of his uniform and placed it in my hand. And he said, we're Americans and we're here to take you home. And that is something that I will never forget. And as I guess as relieved and scared as I was, it was such a wonderful feeling to know that I was surrounded by people that were going to get me home.
There you go.
There you go.
There you have it.
Thank you, Jessica Lynch. I still have to send you an email to get a copy of that autographed book. So I will.
Or you could go to
and then
West
Ashley.
Virginia. I don't know when you'll be in West Virginia, but
No, I'm gonna mail it. Obviously, I'm not gonna go
you're not
pick
gonna
it
go
up.
out there and get it.
I'm not driving up a street where they hear you coming from 5 miles away and are ready to react.
Well, it is West Virginia. Yeah.
I'll send you.
Yeah, I'll go in there. I love West Virginia. That's one of my favorite states.
All right, he took your Lynch story, Ashley, but you got the other one.
So one of the other episodes that I wanted to mention is when we interviewed the double agent goodness. I don't know if we touched base on that. So it was I think it was episode 39 or something like that. It was how to catch a Russian spy. That one really stuck out to me. I thought that was really interesting. I just was like, oh, wow, cool. I get to check a box. I interviewed a double agent. And there was just something really profound
let's
about
not
that.
gloss over the takeaway from that, which was
The
that
takeaway
was that Russian agents go to Hooters
Right.
in New
yes,
Jersey.
Thank you. That is
Right.
what we learned.
Who didn't know that? You know?
Wait, I mean, I wonder if that's the clip Jerk's gonna pick.
I hope so.
Let's see.
I hope so.
They would we'd meet at these restaurants. They'd give me a menu of the place they wanted to go next. And then randomly they'd call me. And within, an hour or so, I had to go and meet them at this location. And the comedic part about it is, I don't know if this says something about me or it says something about them, but they had a real penchant to meet me at Hooters. So one of the places that I would meet this Russian GRU senior officer is in Wayne, New Jersey's Hooters.
So we did interview a double agent, or did we?
You spooky, uncertain music.
I don't know
Whoa.
where he's going with that, but okay.
Because he's a double agent, we don't know who we talked to.
That's true. That's true. We could go follow his path and find out where that Hooters was. I don't really. Did you eat at the Hooters at convention?
I'll leave it to you, Mr. Infantry.
I actually did, because it was the closest.
I did too, because it was the closest restaurant. And,
Yeah.
and then I immediately regretted going to Hooters for that. But it is what it is.
Let's relive Hooters during this break.
All right, let's take our first commercial break, and we'll be back in 30 seconds.
There's nothing better than seeing a child's face light up at Christmas. This year, the American Legion is joining forces with the Marine Corps Reserve Toys for Tots program to make sure that winter supply shortages and price increases don't prevent happy smiles this holiday season. We're concentrating our efforts on areas where there are service gaps that the American Legion can fill. To find out how you can help, visit toysfortots.org/campaigns.
All right, we are back from those moments, but we can't live in the past forever. We need to press on. And someone who I don't think wears press on nails, we're going to have our first after 100 moment story from Ashley Marie Gorbulja Maldonado.
Wow, you were really on one because I definitely need a manicure. Ooh. So this one is very interesting. This story just kind of hit. So new law pumps $15 million into improving maternity care for female veterans. So this is a Stars and Stripes article. So President Joe Biden just recently signed a bill into law that will invest, like I said, $15 million to improve maternity care. So this new law orders the Department of Veteran Affairs to improve its coordination with community care facilities that provide, for example, maternity care to veterans. So that's offering childbirth preparation, parenting classes, nutrition counseling, lactation classes, breastfeeding support, as well as breast pumps. So in addition, this law through the Government Accountability Office, they've just been studying maternity mortality rates amongst veterans, as well as negative health outcomes for women that have caused by labor and delivery. So they're really looking at this group in specific. So, this bill will commission this comprehensive study that will, again, continue to look at the challenges facing veterans and to continue investing maternity care coordination programs at the VA. So not too shabby, not too shabby. What do y'all think?
It's not that, I mean, 15 million in a congressional bill's not all that. So I mean, I think it's great. Anything we can do. It's, obviously it's an underserved market, getting to the young female veterans. So
I admit, when I first read this article, I saw the 15 million and I was like, are we supposed to be happy about that? It almost seems like a little brush aside, but it's for a study.
Yeah.
It's for guidance on what to do moving forward and improving communication and coordination. So I think that 15 million is because there's already the resources there. They're not utilizing them properly and they're not coordinating properly. And I think sometimes that's more important than just going $1 billion, having a great headline and reinventing the wheel. When sometimes all you need to do is attach the wheel properly.
I'm a supporter of anytime we can continue to research, but I'm also an actions kind of gal. So, fingers crossed, knock on wood. This is a bill that's entitled, Protecting Moms Who Served Act. I believe Senator Tammy Duckworth was the individual who sponsored the bill. It's got other connections with Black Maternal Health, Mobius Act, which is like a group of 12 bills that aim to help improve maternal mortality rates in the U.S.
The Momnibus Bill.
Is it Momnibus?
I believe so.
Isn't that you two love those things, right? When they make,
it's
when they make words.
It's a little too clever by half. It's supposed to be omnibus, but because it's dealing with moms, it's the Momnibus Bill.
Momnibus. That is clever. That is very clever.
It's on the verge of being a little hokey to me, but whatever. It is what it is.
But yes, very, very interesting things happening. But yeah,
I like it.
Not too shabby.
I like it.
It is what it is.
15 million. All right, Mr. Seavey, you've got a surprise story. We nixed one story, and Seavey's throwing this one at us. So we might not.
The fact that you didn't see this earlier is amazing to me. Space Force has a plan for training its troops. Now it must figure out what they need to learn. And it's subtitled, "The newest service can't train the same way its sisters do. It needs a new simulated environment." And I'm just going to read this because it seems so preposterous. I wasn't even sure what to do with it. Unlike its earthbound sister services, the Space Force simply can't head out to some terrestrial exercise range to deploy its troops, develop new tactics, or peer into the future of weaponry. Nor do Space Force units have a natural deploy and rebuild cycle that affords time for advanced training. So the 2-year-old service is creating a new force generation concept and modeling and simulation environments, a top Space Force leader said. whether it's missile warning or precision, navigation, timing, military satellite communications, all that doesn't stop. None of it stops. Lieutenant General Chase Salzman, the Space Force Deputy Chief of Space Operations, Nuclear, and Cyber, said Monday. So how do I figure out how to organize and present the forces where it preserves some residual capacity to do the advanced training? I don't know what the answer is, but putting out that video of them going through basic training and like going over walls was not it.
Right.
Like, we're gonna always come back to that. That's
Right.
not it.
That's not it. And I mean, I love always a great Space Force episodes, or a great Space
Yeah.
Force subject. So I'm glad that we got that in the 100th episode, because Space Force pulled us through the first 100 many times.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and I thought that I didn't know that they were planning operations in space that are going to engage with people requiring new weaponry and such.
See, this is the thing. I always knew the Defense Department has some plan somewhere to take over every country in the world, but now they're coming up with plans on who we're going to fight in space when we don't know. The whole thing just seems really hokey to me.
Yeah, you know, for a long time, the government hid a lot of extraterrestrial kind of stuff. So
Right.
it's, you know, now we're just like, oh, we're not saying there is, but we're not saying there
so
isn't.
we've got a whole bunch of people saying, oh yeah, I saw this thing flying at Mach 7 going laterally. And it's like, all right, well, how are we going to train our Space Force Guardians to fight that?
Right. I mean, I don't know.
They should just put out a video of them playing like the old school asteroids game where the thing just rotates and you just shoot
You just
out,
see
pew, 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 pew.
And it just goes up.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I have no
I
idea.
for one hope that the sitcom takes this on
Yeah, me too.
when they come back, because
Yeah.
this is great.
Yeah, it's a
I mean,
gem.
there
When
is
it coming
legit
back?
mention of like protecting satellites, either from decades-old threats like electromagnetic interference to newer weapons like lasers. Hold on, lasers. Sorry, it
Actually,
just-
that might all be true what you're reading, but it's
it
not
is.
funny.
It might be. It isn't.
I mean, I think it is funny.
I'm sorry,
actually.
I just think it.
So
like,
what are the Space Force guys going to do about lasers?
lasers? Lasers.
They're gonna play
Okay.
tag, I guess. I don't know.
Like, I mean, that's an actual thing. Like practice taking down the laser, but I don't know. It sends somebody more qualified. That's all I'm
We
saying.
need like a super villain. Like I
like-
feel like we've got
Right.
to put him through the storytelling arc in a
Yeah.
virtual simulator
It'll
and
be
just let him
somebody
go to
from
town
the
with some
boys,
VR.
I would assume. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
Space
I-
Force, I salute you.
yeah, we all do.
Have fun. Have fun.
Let's just
Go with the
let's-
flow.
let's just
Don't let
take a
gravity
moment.
keep you down.
I'm afraid to
Proceed.
say. I'm afraid to let a syllable fall out of my mouth because it's like Hercules. So why don't we take a break and pull it all together?
Looking for a year-end tax break? Want to get rid of an old car without any hassles? The American Legion Vehicle Donation Program is your solution. Visit legion.careasy.org today or call 844-4LEGION. That's 844-453-4466. All you need to do is sign up and we take care of the rest, right down to the receipt for your tax break.
All right. This isn't a segment and this isn't a normal rapid fire. There's only
This
there's-
one's gonna suck.
there's only 3 because I feel like this is gonna fall off the rails real quick.
These stories fit well together.
Yep. I'm labeling this good core, bad core, bi core.
Yeah.
And it's about my beloved Eagle Globe and Anchor wielding Marine Corps. And we have to start. So rapid fire number 1, good core, smarter, not harder, how the Marine Corps wants to improve performance. As the Marine Corps looks to age up its force, it's taking steps to try to improve the long-term mental, spiritual, and physical well-being of Marines. An older, better trained, and fitter Marine Corps is the goal as the service reshapes itself with a focus on potential war in the Pacific with China or in Northern Europe against Russia. Either scenario would see Marines fight without a significant technological or logistical advantage for the first time in decades. To make up for that lost advantage, the Corps is focusing on making each Marine better than the near peer equivalent. To reach the goal, the Corps is looking to create a human performance center that will be the Marines' one-stop shop for mental, spiritual, and physical fitness. That is lovely. Here in LA, I'd have to pay a lot of money to go to Equinox for that sort of wellness. I mean, in the story, they talk about more stretchy bands than heavy weights and things like that. And woo.
There was a couple of things that confused me in this story right from Jump Street. The Marine Corps has had a technological or logistical advantage. Not as far as I've known. Like, the Marine Corps is the Marine Corps because y'all are insane. You'll do literally anything. That's what makes the Marine Corps great. Like, the Marine Corps doesn't offer you like all this crazy stuff in their advertisements. It's like, join the Marine Corps and you can go through a bunch of crap too. And maybe you'll climb up
a nice uniform.
You'll jump over a lava field and you'll fight
a dragon.
Like there's nothing the Marine Corps did that struck me as like particularly like technologically advanced. It's just you take a bunch of guys who got beat up in high school and you turn them into Marines and then you set them loose on the world. Come on, man. You've been to MEPS. You've seen what's going into the Marine Corps. It's guys who got bullied a lot, and I applaud them. I am all for it. It's like, dudes, I'm not taking it anymore. But this,
that's your kid's favorite song.
Mental, spiritual, and physical. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just picturing like incense and talking about feelings. No, get the Marine Corps out there to beat people up. That's what they need to do.
Tactical yoga and breathing. That's what I'm.
Tactical yoga.
Tactical.
Wow.
We will forget the Jeff Daly's baby Marine pick, Holly.
That is really nice.
Frightening.
So adorable.
But I did not get
as a youth was
so
crazy.
But I also
mean
didn't
fight
get
machine right there.
I did not get bullied in high school. I will say that. I'm worried about getting a syllable out. That's all we could say. And I'm gonna pair this with Bad Corps as the as the complete space or Air Force influence into the United States Marine Corps and making me sad for the Eagle, Globe, and Anchor. Right, this is Bad Corps. Marine Corps Commandant considers letting some Marines skip boot camp. Yeah, you heard it. You can say it back to yourself.
Go ahead. Every Marine's a rifleman except for these guys who won't even go to basic training.
And it's about, here's the frustrating part. It's about, I'm not even going to read all this because I will just say that every Marine is a rifleman. That's part of the joy of being a Marine, is that I could take a cook, I could take an airplane mechanic, and I know they at least qualify in their weapon once or twice a year at bare minimum, and they can follow some basic, they can do some basic maneuvers, right?
Yeah.
At very minimum. Now they're talking, except my first point of disappointment in the Marine Corps is when I found out that the president's own Marine Corps band does not go to boot camp, and they come in as E6s. But you can see it on their uniforms. They don't have the cross rifles on their chevrons. They have something else. I forgot what it is. I don't know if it's a tuba. I don't know what it is, but there's something else in there. They don't have the cross rifles. Now we're seeing this crap. And like the rapid rise in importance of the cyber domain, for instance, has challenged us to find creative ways to build critical skills at mid-career and senior levels. And the part that really pissed me off, and it's as close as I'll get to swearing, I leave that to Ashley, is when they said that they need to find exceptionally talented Americans, and those people won't go to boot camp. So are you saying, Commandant Sir, General, that we are neither exceptional, or are we not talented, or are we not American? I weep for the Eagle, Globe, and Anchor right now.
This is the quote.
Wow.
I'm concerned that advances in artificial intelligence and robotics, among other fields where the speed of technological change is exponential, will force us into a reactive posture. Dude, why is the Marine Corps doing stuff with artificial intelligence and robots? That's why we have DARPA. Let all the dorks out at the DARPA facility create all this amazing stuff. How about the Marines just shoot people? The goal is to put holes in people, and that's what the Marine Corps is good at. Not letting them bypass basic training. Crazy.
That's why we don't have doctors in the Marine Corps.
You don't have lawyers, right?
We don't have lawyers that I'm aware of in the Marine Corps. We are a small branch focused on killing people and blowing things up.
It's war fighting, not artificial intelligence and robotics.
This is quite literally, and I say this with love, the most Air Force thing I've ever seen the Marine Corps do.
I definitely was picking up those vibes.
If they do this,
you know what this is? This is a bid to get more money out of the House Armed Services Committee. That's all this can be. They're trying to update if I was the Marine Corps, I'd go the exact opposite direction. I'll be like, you know what? We lived on nothing forever. We'll do it some more. Like when they sent in the recon guys, when we went into Baghdad, the recon guys barely had vehicles that even held together. Like it wasn't their technological superiority. It was the fact that every one of them's nuts and they ran right through the Iraqis. And now we're worried about artificial intelligence and robotics.
And I remember there was this push to send adequate body armor to Marines. And we're worried about this?
That's stupid.
Guess what?
Change is scary. This
hire
is also
civilians.
terrifying.
Hire some civilians, get some CS whatever, insert a number, and have them do this crap. They do not need to be considered Marines in my, and do not laugh, humble opinion. All right.
Yeah, it was tough, bro.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
All right.
We're fighting it.
All right. This one's gonna hit home in the Gorbolja Maldonado home. It's BICOR. Why the Marine Corps wants to tank National Guard recruiting efforts. So historically, the Marine Corps has kept the lowest retention in the Department of Defense, as it intentionally has only kept 25% of first-term Marines. So because of that, people like your husband can feast on us and get them to re-enlist into the National Guard. The practice is so common, the Army National Guard even has recruiters specifically trained and tasked to recruit prior service Marines. Like that's all they do.
That's
very
easy. Common.
Just go to
it's so common.
Go to Cracker Barrel and get the kids menus with the crayons and everything. Like this is
that's the go-to. That's your recruiting 101.
There was a lot of Marines.
Discuss this with Rob.
There was a lot of Marines in my Army unit because of where we were located. There was.
Yeah,
I mean, like
I
they
had
come
a
out of
few.
the Marine Corps, and it's like the Marine Corps Reserve didn't do quite as much as the National Guard did. I got it. We were feasting on Marines. I get it.
And here's
they never identified as like National Guard guys. They were always like, I was a Marine.
Right.
I am a Marine. It was never like, it's not like they're like, yeah, go guard. I mean, it was just like, hey, we need to fill out those places. You could always grab them. But
I have some hints. I have some hints for them on how to retain Marines in the Marine Corps. Maybe not be so cheap. Promote somebody. Don't let somebody go get 4 years out and still be an E3 or maybe an E4 when other branches people are E5 after 4 years. Let's promote
we
people.
really need to focus on bringing in the robotics people and the
right.
That's excellent.
See how they all go together.
I don't understand why they can't just play to their strengths. The Marine Corps has been the greatest branded service since the minute they were born in a bar. The Marine Corps has been exactly what they told us they were. And now all of a sudden,
never lied to us.
Oh, we should do robots. Like, no, you don't do robots. Like, dude, you're going to give them bad food, low pay, and misery. And they're going to eat it up. No, let's go to robots.
Go to robot.
And our special spiritual healing center over there.
Oh my God. I can't. If I don't laugh right now, I'm going to cry. I'm
so
literally,
crazy.
If I don't laugh, I'm going to cry. So, Ashley, is Robert, does he focus on getting separated Marines?
I do know like at least 2 of his recruits that were prior Marines or previous. Their first branch was Marine, therefore they always are a Marine. And I do know of one circumstance where that individual went in and we just found out that he went back into the Marines.
Nice.
It's
It
also,
happens.
you know, because they want an older, more experienced thing. It's also a thing where once you get out and you do make a lateral move, it's tough to get back in.
Yeah.
Into the Marine Corps, and they're working on that too. I mean, I don't know what you have to work on. Just make the paperwork and take it from this pile that says no to this pile that says yes. I figured it out for you. So
Yeah,
you don't
and
need
then
to have AI do that for you, Marine
No.
Corps. For the love of all that is Eagle
There's
Globe
probably
and
a
Anchor.
Space Force guardian out there who could have worked through all the possible permutations of how difficult it would be to go, yeah, let him in.
That would have been an excellent strategic plan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
Oh,
but
Excellent.
they haven't figured out how to train for it yet in zero gravity. You know, like how do you take something from one pile to another in zero gravity while defending the satellites that are under attack from lasers?
From lasers. I was gonna say you got to protect them from lasers.
Wow.
Well, I think that we have beaten my beloved Corps.
Yeah.
But I have faith that some
This is
of
how
this
you
stuff.
wanted to celebrate 100th episode.
Yep.
So
You know,
This-
like I did not get a chance to look at all this. I had a cold yesterday, so I was at home sick. And so I came in this morning and I actually got here at 4 a.m. to do the thing for the podcast when I found out that Mr. Daly had already done it. But I saw these rapid fires at, I think it was literally like 4:30 this morning, and I was just sitting here like, this is so dumb. Like,
Right. I would really like to put this out there, and I want it in any advertising that we do. I want to know from Marines or people that know Marines or heard about Marines or even seen the dragon slaying commercial, what they think about these three things. Please send it to us.
you know what I want? I want all the hatchet throwing perverts from Korea to go into the Marine Corps. That's where they need these guys. This is just it's the holding hands,
All right.
singing Kumbaya. Give me those deviants. Give me the deviants. I can work with those guys.
Well, if you were
All right.
just as upset with this as we are, I'm going to ask for you to kumbaya with us.
Yes.
Do not forget to subscribe to the Tango Alpha Lima podcast via YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you consume podcasts, or direct your AI to do it for you. While you're there, don't forget to rate us. How many stars are we talking about? Holly has 10. I think we
I
only
also
need
have
5.
10.
Yeah, actually, they don't have that many. Give us 5 stars and leave us a review. You can also send us feedback, love notes, and what in the name of Eagle Globe and Anchor is the Marine Corps doing? Commentary to Tango Alpha Lima at legion.org. This is Jeff Daly, Mark Seavey, and Ashley Marie Gorbulja Maldonado at the end of episode 100. Mission complete.